Hello, welcome to Take Two Tuesday. Here we are into May. Welcome. Do I have sound? Yep, my sound is on. I double checked there. Good. Hey, I want to check in with all you guys. What day are we on? May 6th already. First Take Two Tuesday for May. So exciting. I hope you guys are all ready to have some fun today. Let me check in with everybody here in the chat, make sure everything's going. I see Janet was first here. Hi, Janet. Friend, me, myself, and I. Good morning. Debbie Ann. Let's see who else is here. Oh, I skipped some people. Sorry, guys. Who else is in there? Debbie Ann, hi. And Diane and Damari. Welcome back. I think, Damari, I think I heard you were in New York or something like that, right? Paula, Kathy, Andy, Frank, and Sharon. Yep, we had a great time at the store event. I'll tell you guys a little bit about that in just a bit here. Ellen, hi. Melissa, Karen. Welcome, everyone. Susan. Jeffrey's even here. Wow, Jeffrey, where have you been? Where have you been? Well, it is Take Two Tuesday. Again, it is Tuesday, May 6th. What does that mean? What does that mean? Tonight, we have a release because that means tomorrow is the 7th. So the first thing I'm going to tell you is make sure that you check in on the website tonight. We are going to have some brand new items on the website tonight. It seems like we just were at the first, and now we're already going to be, today's the 6th, and then that means we are releasing 7th items tonight on the website. So make sure you check out the website around 5 or 6 o'clock tonight, okay? 5 or 6 p.m. if you're on that's West Coast. So on the East Coast, that's around 8 to 9. There will be new items on the website. That will be exciting. And of course, they'll be on flash sale. So you know that almost everything we put on the website goes on flash sale at the beginning. So if you always want to know you're going to get the best price, it's to buy it at the flash sale price. We don't hardly ever put anything on sale later. So your best opportunity is to get it when it comes out and at the flash sale price. That's going to be your best deal, just so you know. And let's see, I want to mention today on Take Two Tuesday. Oh, well, again, my name's Ken. I'm here at the Stamps of Life in Southern California. We're in the Orange County area. So maybe you're new to these episodes if you haven't seen us before. Once a week, we gather together here on a live stream. We go out on YouTube, Facebook, most of the time Instagram. I think Instagram is working today. And we just hang out for a bit. We will take a look at some old items from the Stamps of Life. Now, most of them are around the 3 to 4 year old range, 3 to 4 year old range of products. Every once in a while, we sneak one in that's way back from the past. It just depends upon the card samples that I find here around the warehouse. And every once in a while, we have even one that's even just a year or two old. But we kind of mix it up and we go through items and dies, stamps, items that can be used for card making, scrapbooking, and I'll demo them, show you some card ideas. So we call it Take Two Tuesday because this is your second chance to take a look at some of these items that the Stamps of Life that don't get that much love anymore because they're older. We always kind of focus on the new things, but we have a lot of great stuff that's from the past. And some of you have never seen these things. So it is a great chance for you to be introduced to them. And then for you who already have them, this is a reminder, a refresher for you because they've been around so long and you probably forgot that you had them. And you're going to see the card samples or you're going to see the packaging. You're going to go, oh, I have that one. Why did I never use it? And so this is a reminder for you. That's what we want you to do. We want you to use those items from the past. Hey, I have a question for you guys just for fun. And I want everybody to participate. Don't be shy. So if you're out there, we don't judge anybody or anything like that around here. We're just here to have some fun. A question for you. So make sure you answer in the chat, okay? Because we want to see what you say. And this is just a for fun question, all right? So what is or there's two ways to look at it. Well, I'll ask it this way first. What is your favorite childhood board game? And maybe it's still your favorite now, even as an adult. So what is your favorite childhood board game that you like to play or brings back good memories or you still play? What is your favorite childhood board game? That is our question to get us. That's our icebreaker. We want to get everybody involved, and then make sure you hit likes and shares and all that stuff, because it helps people on YouTube and Facebook find us. So tell us the game that you like to play. I see a lot of those ones that I like. Let me see if I can flash some of these up here and see what you guys are saying. Some good answers, I'm sure. Let's see. I have some good ones for you too. Maybe it'll ring a bell for you guys. Here we go. So Rhoda says Sorry, and Paula says Monopoly, classic ones. Let's see. Here's chess for friend me, myself, and I. Andy likes Mousetrap. I feel like I heard that one. Maybe my sister had that one, but I don't remember playing that one. Park and Shop. Now, I have never heard of that one, Nancy. Park and Shop. Has anybody else heard of Park and Shop? I'm sure it's great. I just haven't heard of it. Damari says she hates board games. Wow. How about card games, Damari? How about card games? Diane says Monopoly. Marianne says Monopoly and Clue. Yes, I remember those. Sorry and Checkers, also Rhoda said. Susan likes King's Corner card game. I haven't heard of that one. Shoots and Ladder. Hey, we played that with our grandsons. Yeah. No board game, Don says. Oh, poor Don and Damari. You guys got to hang out together. Bobby says Monopoly. Ellen says Sorry was always fun. Don says Clue. Jane's got Shoots and Ladders. Life. Yeah, that's a good one. Monopoly. How about, let's see. I don't know if it's really a board game, but how about Guess Who? Does anybody remember that? Aggravation. Let's see. Life, too, says Rhoda. Some of the other ones I thought of that maybe you haven't thought. Did anybody? I'm a guy, so being a boy, we played Battleship. And you had to try to sink the other person's battleship, and you have these little pegs. Well, then they came out with the electronic version. Oh, and that was awesome. It made these like sounds, beep, beep, beep. And you had to like program in where you were going to put your ships. So I remember Battleship. I played Risk. What else? Of course, all the ones you guys are saying, Life and Sorry. How about Trouble? Did anybody play Trouble, where you push that lid down and it pops and the dice goes all around? Trouble was awesome. Yeah, Risk was good. I said that one, Donna. And then like, well, we won't do card games. We'll leave those out. But I remember doing a lot of card games too. My grandmas would play card games with me. So that was fun. But those are the ones I'm thinking of. Can I think of any other ones? I think you guys named most of Monopoly and Life. Those were popular. Not really a board game, but like that one where you drop the checkers down and you get 3 or 4 in a row. That was kind of fun. What else? Well, Yahtzee. That's a board game, right? Yahtzee. I never really got into Yahtzee, but I still think it was fun just playing and rolling dice. Anyhow, and I think I played Chinese checkers too, but do I remember how to play it? No, I don't know. I remember the marbles and the shape of the board, but I don't remember how that game worked. And then regular checkers and chess were both good ones too. So that was our warm-up question. All right, thanks everybody for jumping in. So we're going to take a look at a couple items. We have kind of an intricate die set to take a look at today, and we're going to have a card base also that we're going to review. Both of them might be a little bit challenging for me, so I say a little prayer when I work with these, because the card base is really not that hard, but you just have to line it up right. And then the die, again, because it's intricate, I'm going to have to try it one time with adhesive maybe and one time without, because I'm not sure the results we're going to get, but there's so many little tiny dots that it will be interesting to see what we get. Let's see what else. So everybody's checking in. I think we're about ready to roll. What else? We do have some other things. So besides items going on sale tonight. Oh, and then after we look at those 2 items, in between, we're going to do we will have a good, after looking at those 2 items, we'll do a good news segment. We'll be in Proverbs chapter 12. If you want to read ahead while I'm die cutting, or if you haven't read yet, you can read Proverbs chapter 12. We're going to specifically look at verse 18, and then there will be a couple of like companion verses to go with it. So that'll be our devotional at the end. So if you hang around till the end, that'll be our good news segment, and hopefully hopefully we'll get something encouraging for us. Something, Proverbs is really kind of practical, a lot of day-to-day life things. And I think this will be something that we can really apply to each of our lives. And it'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good for us. And some of the Proverbs also, you know, are thinking about how we live today affects us eternally. So it's important for both now and when we're thinking on to life after life here on earth. Now my light just flashed, so if you see me running around to change lights, I might have to unplug that because for some reason it just flashed, and I don't know why it does that. And then, okay, in between the two items, we're going to have a quiz today, and we also have some fun facts for May. Now, if you were at the Stamps of Life store over the weekend, thank you so much for coming. We had a ton of fun with all of you, our friends. It was great. It was awesome. And we had a good turnout. It did rain on us, light rain, like almost the whole time, which was kind of a bummer because I wanted to put a bunch of items out to sell and special discounted items. And so we were putting them out and bringing them back in and drying things off. So it was kind of a hassle, but overall it was a good time. The rain was unexpected, but the store was in good shape. We had a lot of fun, happy people here, and it was so. And Stephanie was here. We demoed, we streamed that live. I think the quality was not that great, but I think you get the gist of what Stephanie was doing. And so those items I wanted to mention to you, those items that are on the website, let's do that real quick. Items that are on the website currently. So I said we got the new items tonight, okay, coming up, but the items that are currently on the website, let's take a look at that real quick, because we did have some items sell out on during the show or during our event here. And I wanted to let you know that we are going to be restocking these items, okay? And they will be available again real soon. So let me show you that. I'm going to fix the light again real quick while I switch over to my website. So hang on, I'll be right back. Let's do that. Whoop, not that one. Ken, there we go. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to unplug this light. I'll be right back. So you can see on the website, there are a couple of, oops, see, that works. Okay. There are a couple of items that are sold out here at the top. We will be restocking those. Yeah, so we had some inventory problems, but we're going to get these back in stock, you guys. So just so you know, let me see if I can pop in up there. That Heart Side Edge A2 card and the A2 Beautiful Butterfly, Stephanie was demoing both of those, and they sold like crazy. So we did run out, but we're going to get that back in stock, all right, just so you know. And then, of course, we have the trucker items that just came out as part of our new club. These are our add-on items, and I do have some samples to show you. So those items are all on the website. And then the Beautiful Peacock, that was a little bit older, but I just wanted to mention that top information there for you. The new items that were on the website, I have some of them right here with me. So, whoop, I keep hitting that one. What am I doing? So I have these items here with me. If you are in the, uh-oh, I dropped all my samples here. Hang on. If you are a diehard club member or a Stamp club member, I shipped out your club shipment last Thursday. It should be arriving real soon. I had these out early Thursday morning. So that's the stamp and the die set. You also get the idea card. Okay, that will all be going out to you. And if you're doing Stamp Club, you get those too. But club members, these items are on their way to you. If you want to join a club, you can. You can join on the Stamps of Life website, and we can get you signed up. You join the club. These will get shipped out to you within the next couple of days, and you'll be a club member. You'll start getting club discount on our website too. But I want to show you some of the samples because I also have these add-on items. So let me show you some of this stuff over here and the samples for the new trucker stuff, because it is kind of fun. And I'm not sure if everybody saw the release last Thursday. So let's go ahead and do that. All right. So the sets that I just showed you, that's the dies for diehard club members. And of course, you get that postcard I was talking about. And then we have the stamps. Remember, our stamps are made in the USA, so they're going to be nice, high quality stamps. You're really going to like them. Oh, Karen says she got her shipment yesterday. Awesome, Karen. That is great. The post office can be really, really good sometimes, right? So we want to encourage them when they do a good job. So good job, post office. Let's see. That does not seem like it's in focus to me. Let me see if I can get this to focus a little bit. Let's try that. Okay, try again. This is one of the add-on sets. If you like the trucker hat, this was the fold-it, which is an add-on item. We have the trucker hat, and then these dies can be used with it. And of course, you could use these dies on, this would make a fold-it, but could you put this on a scrapbook page? Yeah. Could you decorate a banner or something with it? Sure. I'm not sure if it would work with a box card, but these two kind of work together. And then let's see, I do have a few samples here that I can share with you as well. Hope my work desk is not too messy back there. Now, that does not still seem like it's in focus to me. Do you guys think it's in focus or not? It doesn't seem to be focused. There we go. I think that's a little bit sharper. Okay, so that is the fold-it, trucker fold-it hat. And of course, you can make it Father's Day coming up as a Father's Day trucker hat. Here's a more feminine Mother's Day card. You can make Mother's Day cards out of these, and you can decorate them. They open up on the top. Here's one, a trucker with one of our, oh, I forget what they call these cards. Is it crisscross? I'm not sure if it's crisscross. Does it say on here? No, it does not say, but that's got that little spinning in there. That's a fun one. And you could add the trucker hats as to a tag. You have that option. See, there's just so many different ways that you can use this. Of course, on like a 5x7 card or 4x6. Here's a mini slimline. It says coffee, please, on that hat. What does it say? Smells like freshly ground heaven. For you coffee lovers. Yeah, it's looking a little bit purplish over there. I'm going to have to fix that color here. And there's a nice one. How we say, again, a feminine type. Here, maybe you have a little guy in your family. It says, let's celebrate you. And our designers added a little dino on there, pudgy dino. And here's kind of some dad ones. We got our fishing hat. And also we have a USA hat. So you have a bunch of different options there. They are a lot of fun. So I think you would really like these if you're not a club member. Something different, but it is very versatile. You know, you think first off, oh, it's a hat. But there are so many different ways, so many different occasions that you could use this for. So we have those. I told you about the website, new items on the website, the Die Hard Stamp Club, and then coming up on Thursday. Now, normally we do Crafting Corner on Thursday, but this week will be a little bit different. So let's see. I think there we go. Because this will be exciting. HSN sneak peek this Thursday with Stephanie. And it'll be during what would normally be our crafting corner time. Of course, Stephanie will show you all kinds of great ideas. And I'm sure she's going to make something exciting with these new items that are only available on HSN. So you're going to have to check that out. That's Thursday night. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you set, I heard a lot of you are not getting reminders about when we go live, or you're not getting like when there's a video, you're not getting the notification. So I don't know what's going on there. You might just want to set, if you really want to make sure you don't miss out, you might want to set like an alarm on your phone or computer, or you can send yourself an email. That's a good way. I remind myself a lot about things by sending myself an email. That way you get the notification. If you happen to miss it live, don't worry, because it's recorded and you can watch it at a later time. Or maybe you're just busy and you can't join us live, then you can watch at a later time, later that evening or the next morning. It's up to you, but there's lots of options. But don't miss out, because it will be a lot of fun. It's always fun to see the new items that will be available on HSN, and they're usually really, really great values. So I think you'll have a fun time. So make sure you join Stephanie, and I will be kind of on the sidelines, but I will be there. That will be fun on Thursday night. So be prepared. Don't forget about that. You'll have a fun time, and I don't want you to miss it. All right, what else can we do here? Let's get started now. Let's get rolling. Rhoda says she does have an awesome postal lady. That's great. In our neighborhood where we live, the guy who is our post what do you call it? Our postal worker. He's really great too. Super nice guy. Super nice guy. At the same time, I've been in some places, and usually the guy who we have here at our business address, he's pretty nice. But in the past, we had some guys and girls who were not as nice, sadly. But it's okay. It didn't like ruin our world or anything, but everybody just has different personalities, right? Okay, our first item we're going to look at, and let's see if I can find my little slide here, is from, I don't even remember the one it is, a couple years old. And this is going to be the one that I think I can do it, but say a little prayer for me, okay? Because I did practice yesterday, and I think I almost had it, but I didn't quite hit it. This is called the Gatefold Peekaboo card. And so you see it's a gatefold there. It folds in together, but then it also opens wide. And I have some good samples to show you. So we're going to give that a try. There is quite a lot in here. So I know working with it myself, a lot of these dies are decorative, and you don't have to use them all. There's just you just need a few of the dies to do most of the work. So let's see what we have on by way of this, checking this out on the website here. And I'll show you what I am seeing. This came out in when? August of 2022. So it's almost 3 years old. So if you're going through your stash and you're about in that section where things are 3 years old, you might find this down there. If you have it, I hope you already made a bunch of cards with it, because it's kind of fun. It opens up and you can reveal a little message under here or a character, whatever you want to do. So here it is on the website, and it says it's an interactive card, peekaboo, so that window will open up as the card opens up. We have a video here for you, and it includes 22 dies. See, I told you it has a lot of dies, but I don't want you to worry about that again, because just a few of the dies are going to do almost all the work. I'll show you just how few we need. And then you can see some card samples here if you scroll through. I don't know if I have any of these card samples, but I do have some here with us. Different varieties, options. So wintertime in this one works. So your little message right there in the center, that will open up. Let's see if we can enlarge that. Yeah, so this is a fun one. Just because it has that little extra action and motion in the card, I think it makes it look really interesting. Oh, I think I'm going backwards now. Sorry. So we'll go back to some of the ones we saw. There we go. So your panels, you got one main die that's going to do most of the work. And then, yeah, it's not super complicated. It's just kind of how you piece it together. You got to make sure you have everything working. Oh, that one we do have. I will show you that one. And then we're back to that Winter Wishes. Okay, let's go back to that. Oh, how did I get out of there? Maybe not. We don't need that. And then we need to go. Ooh, how am I going to do that? That's not going to work. Oh, let's see. I'm stuck here. I need to be able to make this screen a little bit smaller, but it's not letting me do that. So, there we go. There's the X I needed. Sorry for the delay there. Okay, let's go ahead and let me show you the samples I have. And then we'll take a look at this one, all right? I'll set this over by my die cutting machine. Yeah, that color's not looking too great over there. Yeah, we've got some good ones here. And those are for the next round. Okay. Here we go. So here is one of the ones that we saw on the website. And let me show you. So you've got the gatefold, and then it just opens up just like that. And love you right there in the center. So you can add your little message, your little guy there in the center. That works good. Let's get another one. Here's that snow winter themed card that we just saw a little bit ago. And what does it say? Sweet Winter Wishes. Look at that, how that opens up. Fun, fun, fun. So it's going to take me, I think, a little practice to get this area down here. See, here's where the motion is, these two pieces. So you got to be careful. You have to watch how much you glue this down, because this, if you glue it down too much, it could inhibit the movement. Now I see one of our designers use some foam, and that might be a good idea because I did not do that. And I don't think this one had any foam under there. They just did it flat. So we'll see how it works out. That one's the next group. And then we have this happy, and we got the nice flower that comes in the set there. And that one opens up, and it's a high card, birthday wishes. So happy birthday wishes. Happy in the front, birthday wishes, fun. Let's see, remember again, if you're watching at a later time, hit the like button. If you want to comment to any of our questions that we ask, you can do that. You can add that in the comment section. High card there, and you'll see how that motion really makes that open up. That looks nice. One more, and this one has some ribbon on it. Now, let me open that up. Okay, I got the ribbon loose, and we've got some glittery paper on there and some dots. It looks nice. High again, and that opens up just like that. So you see most of our designers are just using some pattern paper, some solid. I see some sparklies under there, maybe some glitter paper. So it doesn't take a whole lot. It's just, I think, putting it together correctly. That will be the challenge for me. So let's see what we can do with that. I'm going to give it a shot. I am going to give it a shot. Ellen says she got her stamps and her, looks like her club shipment along with her bundle on the same day. That's awesome. Then you can just start using them all together. That's really good. So I'm glad that happened for you. That probably is a rarity, like you were saying. I doubt that happens very often, that for some reason, usually the club shipments don't quite keep up with the other shipments. So sometimes they do. Sometimes they're right on time, but not always. So I don't always know what happens. All right, let's get some of these dies out and see what we can do here. Let's see what we can do. All right, I'm going to need that one. Well, I might as well let you see what's going on here so you can see. And we're going to get some solids and some pattern papers as well. Now, when we did the store day on Saturday, I had to move not everything from my setup here to the back warehouse, but a lot of it in order for us to do our live stream back there. So I came in yesterday and I was trying to reconnect everything, and I think I did pretty good. There was one or two things that didn't work at first, and I had to follow the lines and get them hooked back up. So I think it worked out, and everything seems to be going pretty good here today. I can see I need a little extra color on that one, so let me grab that. And then you can see, there we are. Get that out of the way. All right, we got our machine here, and we're going to get our dies, and we're going to get going to town on this card. So you can see you definitely need, this is going to be your main folding part of the card, and it is going to cut for us and score. So let's do that first. I think we will need a couple of panels here. We'll try to do the panels, and then we'll try to hit that inside too. We're going to try to do all of this. Let's see how it goes. We're going to give it our best shot. All right. Again, it doesn't take a lot, but this will only be my second time trying to put this card together. So it is, we will see. We will see. We're going to give it our best shot. And let's find some nice colors here that might work together. Maybe I have some pattern papers here that might be, I don't want to get too crazy. Let's see, what can we use for our panels there? That would work there. Maybe another solid, I don't know. Ooh, let's put that off to the side for now. And I definitely need another solid color. What would work with that? That's kind of tricky. Well, I don't know about my color selection, so let's see if I can find something a little bit better down here. I got this big stash of, I don't know if any of these colors really look good. Maybe that would work. Let's try that. Okay, here we go. So try to stay organized here. I think I will only need this one time. We're going to run this through the machine. Let's do that. And I'll line that up just like that. Give it a little bit of an angle. You know, we talked about speed bumps. So this will help us ensure that we just get a nice cut and score on the first time, and make sure that's straight, because you're going to have to run this. The platform is straight. It'll go through nice and smooth. This will be the easiest part, guys. Easiest part right here. Now, my question for you, just for fun, while I'm doing, I have a lot to do here. And as soon as I finish this card, we're going to do our quiz today. So make sure you stay tuned for that, all right? Make sure you stay tuned for our quiz coming up. That will be right after this. And I think it's kind of May-related questions. So I'll need your help. We'll all work together on that for our May quiz. There we have our gatefold. So we're off to a good start. That's our base. Very simple. We'll get this piece out of the way. And then let's see. Let's find some panels. My question was for you. I know we've had Easter and now Mother's Day and Father's Day is coming up. What is the most recent card that you, I'm not going to say are working on, but you have finished? What was the most recent card that you finished, absolutely completed, and you were able to either give it to the recipient or you were able to mail it? What was the last card you made? Was it a birthday card or a spring card or an Easter card? Let us know in the chat. Tell us the last card you were able to create, and again, the key is and deliver. So it's not just on your table waiting to give it to somebody, but you actually gave it out, or you mailed it, or you put a gift card in it, or you dropped it off at someone's house. What is the last card that you created? Add that into the chat. Okay, that's just for fun, just for fun. All right, I'm going to try to use this for our panels. Let me get the dies for that. And we do have 2 panels here. I'm going to try to, let's see, how will that work? Well, I like those dots. We're not going to use the dot. We're just going to cut these out. So what is everybody saying? I see sympathy cards, birthday cards. What else? A birthday card for a great-grandchild, an Easter card. I think I saw an anniversary, a son's birthday card. Great. So you guys have been all making cards. That's good. I'm proud of you all. That's the key. Keep using what you have and get those cards out. Remember how we talk about some of the time it can really kind of brighten somebody's day when they know that you're thinking about them, whether it comes in the mail or you hand it to them personally. You guys can really make a difference. And they might not even tell you. I mean, sure, they might be all excited or thrilled, but some of the time you might not even hear from somebody, but I bet they think they feel special to you when you send them one of the nice cards that you made. I bet they do. So keep it up. It's a great thing you guys are doing. Great thing. Okay, so I've got these 2 pieces, and we are just going to, that will work. We're going to add these to the inside of our card. This will be an easy part as well. As we progress here, we're going to get to the trickier parts, all right? We're going to get to the trickier section. Now, where did my adhesive go? There we are. And let's go ahead and add that to that. And again, I'm not sure about my color combination, how it will all tie in together, but we're trying. I'm not a color specialist, but I think looking at this, it's going to work out okay. Okay, let's make sure we get that kind of lined up. All right, so far so good, right? We've got both of our panels on there. Easy, easy. We're on the right track. And then we're trying to tie this one. This is the color I'm not super sure about. We're going to try to tie this into the center here. So I need another die. Now we have this larger die here that will, I'll show you, this will fill into the center. But when we do this, we also have to drop in the little circle, because our little guy, which I have this little guy from another card. He's going to be peeking out of our little window here, our peekaboo window. So our goal is to make him visible. And of course we can move him around, you know, to fit whatever circle we wherever we add the opening. But we want to think a little bit about it, because if we do it too high, we might have a issue with the card actually opening and closing. If we do it too low, it might look weird. So we're trying to balance that out. I've got that die. I need a circle die. I'm done with those ones. Let's get the circle. And so we're kind of looking about right there. We want him to be able to peek through that window. All right, we're going to run this through here. The one color I think is really going to be a concern for me is when I make the little window parts that are moving. What color will I use for that? I might have to look at some of the card samples to see what our designers did. All right, I think that's about right. Doesn't have to be perfectly measured, but we don't want it to be way off either. So let's kind of go like that and see what we can do here. Again, stay tuned. It won't be long. We'll do our quiz together and we'll all work together. It's not like a pressure one, but I think there's like 20 kind of spring related questions, and we'll see if we can get them all right. I think I looked at a couple of them, and a couple of them looked kind of easy, so I'm not sure, but we're just trying something different. And usually when we work together, we get some success. There have been a couple games that we have failed on. I know Family Feud so far, guys, that's our game. We have won, I think, every time we played Family Feud, because you get to play with somebody else. So here we have this right here for the center. And our guy will be peeking through. Now we got to get the little pieces that slide there. So let's figure out, this will be the, I wonder if I should use that color. You guys think this color will go with that? Maybe kind of works with the red. Well, let's try it. Let's try it. If it doesn't look great, no problem. At least we'll see if we have a actual functioning card. Okay, so this one, this will have a crease on it, and this will be the sliding, the part where there's the motion. All right, so this is important, and we got to run this through twice. We got to make 2 of these. So let's try to do that. I'm going to make 2 of these, so I'll have to run it through twice. And this will be the trickiest part to make sure we get this all correct. Now, this is where I wish you guys were here to help me, because I know you guys are pros and you could make this magic happen real easy. Me, I might be able to pull it off, but again, I'm not 100% sold on how things are going to turn out for me today. So wish me luck, or say a prayer like I said before. One or the other you could do, or you could do both. We'll see how this works out. So I did it once. Let's try it again. Yeah, it is kind of a big contrast. It is a lighter pink, I see Nancy saying, and I don't think there's any right or wrong answer. I just had this, and I've used it with a red before, with this red, but everybody can have their own personal like there. We do have some darker pinks too, but this is the one that I had, a kind of lighter. So here we go. We're going to fold that over and this over. I think we're to the point where we've done all of our die cutting. It's just the magic now of trying to make this come together. So let's see. Let's get this machine out of the way. And I wonder if are there books that tell you like which colors to put together or anything that kind of give you a guideline? Because a lot of the time I'm just guessing. Of course, when I see another designer who's made something and the colors all look really good together, I'm, oh yeah, that's perfect. But I know that's one of the great things about our card kits, are everything already coordinates together, so you don't really have to think about it. But I know if it was up to me and I had to just sit and think about, ooh, that's too bright. Sorry. If I just had to sit and think about what I wanted to piece together, wow, I could spend a lot of time. And I bet that probably happens to you guys too, right? Where you just spend a lot of time looking at, oh, will this work with this or this? And that's the nice thing with Card Kit. You don't have to think as much. It just, whoops, it just kind of works together. Okay, we've got all that. We've got our little character over there. We have our window. We have our main part of our base here. Now these pieces, this is the tricky part. These are supposed to go here on the inside. And I'm going to get one of the samples that I had here to kind of give me a guideline. This helps me out a lot. So you can see how that goes in there. The tabs go in on the inside and they just kind of go right to the crease on the folded. Okay, I think that makes sense. That makes sense. Ooh, maybe I messed this. Might be a problem. Did I not choose the right? I did not choose the right die to cut here in the center. This should have just been a background. Okay, so I goofed it up. See how this is a more narrow piece here? I cut the wrong die for this. This piece that I die cut, it's just for the background. So I kind of messed that up. I've got to fix that. So back we go, back to the drawing board here. We're gonna have to cut that center out again. And I don't know if that's going to work or not, if I have enough there. Darn it, I knew I was gonna goof up somewhere. And I thought I was going the right way. So that will work on there. That's good. Those go off to the side. One more time with our die machine. I thought it was going a little bit too good there. So let's try again. And I have to find the die that fits there. Where is that die? Maybe I don't have that die. Maybe that's why I didn't know to cut that. Where could it be? Oh, I know it's because there's two different pieces to this die set. Oh, here it is on the other table. Okay, so this was the one that I needed. I let the dies get separated, and that might be the reason that, at least that's going to be my excuse, that it threw me off. I have just enough paper here. That's good. We'll be able to stick with this. And now I'm got to zoom back out a little bit so you guys can see what's happening here. Sorry. Let's zoom that machine back out. Make sure that stays in place. Alrighty. There we go. All right, one more time. And I have just enough paper here, that same color that I was trying to use. And let's run that through there. I dropped that circle in there, opening for our guy. All right, that didn't cost us too much time. Get this all out of the way. I think it just taking more time to get the machine off and on than it is to actually do all the die cutting. Okay, here we go. Do we have, just while I'm kind of piecing all this together, do we have any birthdays this month? Does anybody have a May birthday that is watching today? Does anybody have a May birthday? I think we have one family member who has a May birthday coming up. One of our little guys, so that will be fun for him. He's got a birthday. Does anybody who's watching have a birthday coming up in the month of May? Or maybe you were already on May 6th. Maybe your birthday already passed. If it did pass, happy birthday. If not, if you have a birthday coming up, happy birthday to you. All right, here we go. So I think I have an idea. This is supposed to go like this. This will slide. That will go underneath. All right, let's give it a shot. This is the tricky part, everyone. So we need a little adhesive on here. And I do need some scratch paper to work with in the background. Let's do that. Any birthdays this month? Now, I can't look at the chat right now, but let's see if nobody's saying any birthdays. Yeah, Damari, pressure is right. Pressure. We can do this. We can do this. Let's see how that goes. Make sure I have it right. So that's going to go like that. And let's see how we have that lined up. Yeah, I think that right still. Let's zoom in a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Let's try there. And let's see if we get our movement there. Will that move? That should slide under there. So we're just going to do a little test here. Yeah, it's sliding. That's looking good so far. Let's try the other side. Let's try the other side and make sure our circle, see, I'm a little bit, see how you have to make sure this is above the circle? I've got a little gap there. So this has to be a little bit higher so it fits that circle. Because if it's not opening and closing where the circle is, that's going to look lame. So we don't want lame. I think that's just about right there. All right, here we go. Let's try this side over here. And we're going to have to get our little guy in there as well. Whoops. A little bit crazy with that one there. Let's try that. And we're going to add that to this side. Make sure that is lined up. That looks in alignment to me. Good. So far, so good, right? Let's get our little guy in there. We're going to add him in there in the center. And we want to see his face and his ears a little bit more. So we're going to go about right there. Okay, let's try that. And we're just going to add some adhesive on his back. Let's eyeball that again real quick. A little bit lower. And then we'll be adding the last final piece. And of course, you can way more decorate this, and you can add so much more to this. But I'm giving you an outline of kind of how the card is going to work. Now, here's a key part. If you add this on here, but you don't have, if you put your adhesive too low, it's going to prevent these from moving. So the adhesive can really only be up here at the top. And in the bottom, you can get away with a little bit more. But at the top, you have to make sure you have enough room for these to. Okay, drum roll. This is where we got to have the drum roll. This is where we're going to find out if this really works or not. And you guys are going to either go, great job, or I'm going to get like the fail. One of those two. So let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. All right, we've got our guy there in the middle. He's just not quite centered, I don't think, enough. So let's see if we can move him over a little bit. All right, is that going to work? I don't want to glue it down too much yet. This is closing. That's good. That's closing. And let's see if we can finish it off. I just can't quite get my little character centered where I want him to be. He's not centered in the circle. That's why. I told you this one would take me a little bit longer, so thank you so much for your patience, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the end. Hopefully it will be worth it. And our next item will go a little bit faster. Okay, Stephanie said, burnish this, really crush that in there. And really crush that down. And then we're going to really hit this top here, this bottom here, and we're going to see what happens now. I think I have everything. I see one little hitch there because this guy has some foam on him. He's a little bit taller than my sliding panel, so I've got to make sure that he is going to. All right, there we go. Okay, we have let's see. Everything's there. Now will it actually work? Close card, gatefold. Again, you can decorate this, remember? Look how decorative these are. They've got nice flowers. They've added panels out there. You can make your outside way fancier. See how that opens up? I've done these panels. You could add some background there, flowers, lots more you could do with it. But my sample, we're just going basic here. Card there. Open it up. This one side is not working. Look at that. Why is that side not working? Okay. I did not put this on the right side. Give me one more try. One more try. This is my second chance, okay? Second chance. I think this just is one part is a little bit off. I think I have the rest. I did not put that down on the right section. That's probably why it was not lining up so well. So let's add that in there. So close. So close. And again, this one was a challenging one for me. I should probably be about right there. All right, let's give it a try again. One more try. Please, 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 please open up right. All right, there we go. Our closed gatefold, and then our guy's missing, and then it still is not working. Peekaboo. This is not staying on there. Maybe I don't have enough adhesive on there. Let's try that again. I'm going to try some extra right here. So if I could just get this one piece to hold in place, I think it would all be good. I think it would all be good, but this one is not cooperating. And I think I just didn't put enough adhesive on it to make sure that it would move. Let me test that real quick. Okay, we're going to give it one more try. One more try. He's hiding in there. And ta-da! It does work with some practice. How about that? Is that good enough? What do you guys think? Not bad. Color choices, fair, right? But our little guy looks good in the middle, don't you think? Not bad. So you can see it took me a little bit. This is the second time I've tried to make a card with this, and I kind of got it working. Of course, you have these points where, you know, your action is going to be happening and you're going to want to put extra adhesive on there. But there you go. That is the Peekaboo gatefold die set from the Stamps of Life. When is that from? It is from August of 2022. You might have it already. You can do it. Maybe you thought, I'm going to do it, and you never got around to it. Maybe the instructions I showed you, maybe that will be helpful. Stephanie might have a video on the website. You'll have to check it out, okay? But anyhow, there it goes. It does work. Get way more decorative like our designers, and you can do it. Kind of fun. You could have your little message in there. Hi, happy birthday. You could put something in there. Maybe you want to put a little gnome guy. Whatever you want to do, have at it. All right. That was fun. It was challenging. I told you it would be challenging. There is a lot going on with that one compared to some of the other ones that I have done, but I think it worked out. I think it worked out. A little bit of trial and error, a little bit of trial and error. Yeah, right. A little bit of trial and error, but we pulled it off. Colors, fair. But I did have a ton of other options for like pattern paper I could have used. So I could have done a bunch of different things with that to give it a try. Okay, let's do our quiz. Let's find our game. This is called the Ultimate May Quiz. Ultimate May Quiz. So let's see if I'm going to try to share this one with you guys. And you're going to help me in the chat, okay? You're going to help me get the right answers. Let me share this page. And we'll have some fun together. Let's see, where did that go? Doggone it. Present. So I've got to find the screen, and we're going to share this one. This is our quiz. So if there's any commercials or weird commercials or anything, just ignore those because we're doing free version here. We're doing free version, or they want you to sign up or something, but we're just going to do this quiz. All right, there it is. Start quiz. Start quiz. Some people play this game a lot, apparently. Here we go. We are doing our quiz. Let me see. Can you guys see what I am sharing with you? Yes, you can see it. Great. So in the chat, make sure you pop in your answers. I don't know if it's going to keep score for us or not. So one of you out there, you have to keep score for us, okay? You have to keep score for us. You have to let us know how many we get right. Hopefully we get them all right. Start quiz, it says. The Ultimate May Trivia Quiz. Start. Okay. Mother's Day is celebrated on which day in May in many countries? We want to get rid of that ad. Let's see if we can get rid of that one. No. Okay, there's the, no, we don't want notifications. All right, is it the second Sunday of May, the first Sunday of May, the fourth Sunday of May, or the third Sunday of May? I think we all know. Second Sunday. Okay, good. Let me pick second. And good. Thumbs up. Yeah, we got one. Hang on, I got to fix something here because I can't quite see your guys' responses, and I want to make sure that I can. Okay, that works. No, no, no. My computer's going nuts here, so hang on. No. It's weird on a desktop. The things can just start popping around. Okay, second. Next question. Now we're going to start moving. Next question. Which is can you tell us which of the following is an anagram of May? This is the one that was easy. This is lame. So an anagram is what? When you say it backwards. So which word would that be? Pay, yam, must, or map. Obviously it's yam, right? Even I can get this one. So what is the anagram of May? What is May spelled backwards? Yam. Okay, that was boring. Sorry. Awesome, they said, I guess. Anyway, if you didn't know what an anagram is, it's just your word spelled backwards, right? May Day is used internationally to what? Used internationally as a what? Festival, greeting, distress call, or celebration. So when you're out on a ship and you start saying Mayday, 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 what does that mean? Is it for a festival, a greeting, a distress, or celebration? I say distress. What do you guys say? Yeah, I see a couple of distress. Distress. Okay. So far, we're 3 for 3, so it's pretty easy. Next question. Next question. Come on, number 4. If you're in the southern hemisphere, what season is it during the month of May? So most of us were in the northern hemisphere. What season is it right now? Spring. So what is the opposite of spring? If you're in the southern, so if you were like in South America or the bottom of Africa, Australia, what season do you think it is right now? Is it autumn, summer? I can't get rid of that commercial. It's got it next. There it goes. Which one? Autumn, summer, winter, or spring? What do you guys think it is? Fall, autumn, yes. Good job, you guys. That one's a little bit tricky. Perfect so far. Next, true or false? May is the month with the shortest name. Is that true or false? Got to be true, right? Go away, bugs. It's got to be true. Is there any with 3 or less? No, that's got to be true. Yes, that was an easy one too. Got them all so far. This one, again, is not that hard. Any guesses on the name of the birth flower for people that are born in May? You know the May flower. Does anybody know? May flower. Is it lily of the valley, rose, orchid, or forget-me-not? Now, this one I won't get. I'm totally counting on you guys to get me on this one. I will not know this. Lily of the valley, rose, orchid, or forget-me-not? Kellyanne says carnation. That's not one of the answers, Kellyanne, so it can't be that one. Does anybody know what is it? Is the birth flower for May? They showed us a picture of carnations, right? Any guesses on the name of the birth flower for people born in May? I'm getting all kinds of answers. Is anybody going to help me? Questions, lily of the valley, orchid, rose. You guys are all just guessing like me, right? Forget-me-not. Lily of the valley. We have 2 lilies, so are we going to go with that one? All right, we're just going to take a chance. Yay, you were right. Superb, it says. So if you said lily, you got it right. I had no clue. What day is celebrated on May 1st in many countries? That's easy. It's not, is it International Friendship Day? No. World Braille Day? No. Labor Day? Christmas. I think it's Labor Day, right? They call it May Day. I think it is Labor Day. Ellen said, actually, the picture was peony. Sorry, I don't know my flowers that well. All right. Labor Day. Or they call it May Day, or it's like Workers' Day or something like that, right? Which animal is associated with the zodiac sign for the majority of May? Does anybody know their zodiac signs for May? This one I don't know either. for most of May. What is the sign? Is it fish, lobster, lion, or bull? I know it's not fish. I'm Pisces, that's March. Does anybody know? Leo is August, right? Taurus. Okay, who's saying bull, Taurus? Okay, we got a bunch of those. Good job, you guys. I didn't know. Next. Any guesses on the birthstone for the month of May? Does anybody know the birthstone color for May? Birthstone color for May. Does anybody know? Let's see if I can get rid of that. Oh, they just trying to keep giving me more and more ads here. Is it sapphire, diamond, ruby, or emerald? Emerald. All right. We're going with that. Perfect. We haven't got one wrong yet. This is going to be a record for us. Which American holiday is celebrated on the last Monday of May? That's an easy one. If I can get that to go away. Is it Labor Day, Memorial Day, Independence Day, Veterans Day? Memorial, right? Memorial is the last Monday. Yes, Memorial. Memorial. Labor Day is September. Which famous person was born on May? Oh, this is a tricky one. Does anybody know this? It's getting harder now. Which famous person was born on May 11th, 1904? I think that's before any of us, right? We're born. Oh, no. I think we're going to not get this one. Which famous person was born on May 11th, 1904 in Spain? Is it Pablo Picasso, Stephen Hawking, Salvador Dali, Isaac Newton? 1911. Is that the year 1904? It can't be Isaac. I don't think it can be Stephen Hawking. Does anybody know Dali? Pablo? Oh gosh, you guys. Picasso? Dolly? We're half and half. Oh no, we're gonna get this one wrong. Dolly. I can see a couple of Dollys. Okay, guys, we're gonna go Dolly. Yes, if you said that, you are right. If you said Picasso, I didn't know, so I don't get either right or wrong. Next. Which iconic landmark opened to the public on May 1st, 1931? Whew. Were any of you around that 1931? I was not. Was it the Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, 1931? Which one of these buildings opened up? Which iconic landmark opened to the public on May 1st, 1931? The Eiffel Tower, the Taj Mahal, Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building. Ooh, this one's tricky. This one's kind of tricky. Empire. I bet that's about when it was built. Do you think it was open to the public then? Because Statue of Liberty, well, obviously was open, was around longer than that. Taj Mahal certainly got to be longer. Eiffel Tower, I don't know. We're just going to guess on this one. I am going to guess Empire. Could be wrong. Whoa. Who helped me get that one? Kimberly and Donna. Awesome. Nancy. Susan. K-Motto. Good job, you guys. I should have paid attention to you quicker. We're halfway through, and we've got them all right. What was the question? This is the halfway point. Which famous TV series concluded its run with a highly anticipated finale on May 23rd, 2010? So 15 years ago, this television show came to an end. Is it Breaking Bad, The Sopranos, Friends, or Lost? Can anybody remember back to 2010? Which one of these shows came to an end in 2010? Hey, that rhymes. Not MASH, Nancy. That was not one of the... I remember watching MASH the last episode, but that was way back in like the 80s or something. That's going way back in time. Which one of these ended in 2010? Do we have no TV watchers? Friends. We got a couple Friends. Friends is leading the vote so far. Lost. Now we got some Lost. Yeah, Ellen, that doesn't help it when you say two of them. Lost or Friends. Friends, Sopranos. I see the most friends, so we're going to try friends, but we really don't know. We finally got one wrong. It was lost. If you said lost, go ahead and pat yourself on the back. You would have been right. You were not lost. National Wine Day is celebrated on May 25th each year. What is the primary ingredient used in wine production? Easy, right? Grapes. Next. May is recognized as what important awareness month in the United States? Giving us some hints there. Heart Health Month, Diabetes Awareness Month, Mental Health Awareness Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Is it breast cancer? I'm just taking that from this hint they gave us. Which one of these, which awareness month is it? Does anybody know? Brain? Kamato says brain. Mental health. Ooh. Anybody else? Oh, everybody say mental. Okay, let's do it. Good job, everyone. I didn't know that one. I did not know that one. Next. Which historical event commemorated on May 5th celebrates the Mexican victory over French forces at the Battle of Puebla? You guys were probably celebrating this yesterday, right? Cinco de Mayo. Yeah. Did anybody celebrate Cinco de Mayo yesterday? I got a Costco chicken for Cinco de Mayo. I like Mexican food, but we did not have Mexican food yesterday. A few more. We're almost to the end. Either you're loving this or it's boring you. Well, I hope. Which date in May is celebrated as Star Wars Day? Who knows what Star Wars Day is? Ooh, get rid of that. Star Wars Day. This is the 5th, the 2nd, the 4th, or the 25th? 4th, yes. Who said it first? Kamato. Awesome. Nice. Next. Couple more to go here. According to the sweet saying, what do April showers bring in May? So April showers bring May heat, flowers, wind, or sunlight? Gotta be flowers. Flowers. Next. Can you guess the average lifespan of the mayfly? I've never even heard of a mayfly. That is a mayfly? Yuck. The average lifespan, how long does it live? 24 to 48 hours, 5 days, 3 weeks, or 12 hours. How long does a mayfly live? 1 day? So 24 to 48 hours. Anybody else? No idea. 24. Kamato says 24 to 48. 24 says Jamie. It says, okay, we're going with the lowest one. Good job, you guys. I didn't know that one. Good job. 80% done. The month of May is named after which Greek goddess? Well, it's got to sound like May. Hera, Artemis, Maya, or Athena. It's got to be this one, right? Maya. I don't know how you say it, but it's got to be that one. Okay, I'll speed that up with that one. Next. May sounds like May, so that's why I guessed that. Prince Henry tied the knot with which American actress on May 19th, 2018? 7 years they've been married. Is this his first marriage? Is it Kristen Stewart, Emma Watson, Meghan Markle, Natalie Portman? Yeah, I got the tough one right, Kamato. Who is Meghan Markle? Yeah, it's got he's only been married once, right? I hope. Next. All right. Vesic Day generally falls in May. What does it celebrate? Vesic Day. Is it Vesic? Is that what I'm seeing there? Vesic Day. I've never heard of Vesic Day. What are they celebrating? The Christian celebration of Easter, I say no. The birth, enlightenment, and death of Buddha, I'm not sure. The end of Ramadan, the Hindu festival of lights. Does anybody know it? I think it's the Hindu one. But what do you guys say? I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. The Vesic Day. Does anybody know Vesic Day? Vesic Day. Is it the Festival of Lights? Buddha. You guys are saying Buddha. Is that right? Festival of Lights. Oh, we got a couple. We got a I'm going to go Festival of Lights. If it's wrong, it's my fault. You Buddha people were right. You were right. My fault. You're reaching the final stages. Any guesses on the name of the traditional Irish festival celebrated on May 1st? Does anybody know the Irish festival celebrated on May 1st? Beltane, St. Patrick's Day, no. Samhain, Easter. This can't be Easter. Does anybody know what they celebrate in Ireland on May 1st? They don't celebrate St. Patrick's Day. Does anybody know? Yeah. Sorry, you guys, I messed that last one up. Does anybody know what they celebrate on May 1st in Ireland? May 1st in Ireland. I don't even know. Beltane, St. Patrick's Day. Beltane? Okay, so we got a couple of those. We're going to do it. Yes, good. We're coming to a close. This is our last one. We're coming to a close. Which famous movie festival is held annually in May? Is it the Sundance Film Festival, the Toronto International Film Festival, the Venice Film Festival, the Cannes Film Festival? Does anybody know the film festival held in May? I don't know this one either. I would have been about 50-50 in this quiz without your help. Without your help, we would have been about 50-50. Does anybody know I'm giving you guys time. Nobody's answering. Does anybody know the film festival? No. Cannes, says Nancy. Anybody else? Sundance, says Diane. Anybody else? Ellen says Cannes. We got a couple Sundances and we have a couple Cannes, so we might get this one wrong. No idea. Sundance, Cannes, Toronto. All right, we're just guessing on this one because apparently we don't know. Whoever said Cannes was right. Next question. I thought that was the last question. This is the last question. Sorry. May 29th, 45th, marked the fall of Constantinople. In which modern day country is it located? Constantinople, where is it located? I know this one, but see if you can help me out. Is it on Iran, Greece, Syria, or Turkey? Where is Constantinople? I know it. Does anybody else know it? Does anybody else know this last one? All right. You guys are right. Turkey. What did we get? Show me my results. Dun, 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 dun. We have to give them our email address. Skip to the results. 92%. Woohoo! We got an A today. Yes. We got an A on this quiz. 23 out of 25. And I think one we should have got right, but I made you guys pick the wrong answer. And then I think one we got just wrong. So that is pretty good. I'm impressed. I hope you had fun. That made us think about a good wide variety of things. It went better than I thought. I thought that one was going to kind of be a dud, but it did turn out A-okay. 92, we'll take it. We were really close to 100. But what do you expect? 25 random questions. You get 23 out of 25. That's good. And like I said, with your help, we definitely should have got 24 out of 25. So if we just miss one, we're taking it. All right, let's move on. Let's see. We are moving on to our next item. That game took a while, but at least it made us think, and we had a lot of good different variety of questions and answers. Our next item up, we're going to speed through this one a little quick because I took a long time on that first card. And Doily 3 dies. Doily 3 dies. This is the more intricate one that I was telling you about. It's from June of 2021. So this is almost 4 years old. It's getting deeper down in your stash. I have some really nice samples here. And yeah, this is like a fun one. I think you could do some shading or coloring with this, or you can just use some pattern paper and mix it with some solids, whatever you would like to do. But I think the key knowing about this is there are a lot of dots in there. And I don't know if it's better to use it with the adhesive sheet or without. So we're going to try both ways just to see what happens, okay? We're going to try both ways to see what happens. On the website, if you want to check that out, all you have to do is type in Doily. Obviously, this is number 3, and I think we have something like 6 different doilies, something like that. We have a lot of doilies. So if you like the doily look, come to the Stamps of Life website. We have doilies for you. We have a bunch. Let's see if you can see them all down here. Yeah, see all these different doilies? There's a 1, a 2, a 4. And I know there's a 5 and 6. They're just not added here. But we are looking at number 3 there. Just 2 dies. Just 2 dies. And there's your card samples right there. Look how colorful this can be. This one is kind of hidden in the background. You see just how it just adds that little extra decorative interest there in the back. And under our cookies. So it's not really shown prominently here. It's more like a background. Oh, there it really stands out. Really stands out in that one. And there's a nice one. So you can see a great variety of different things you can use. You can go really crazy with it, or you can just layer it, you know, with a color behind and the main color on the top. So it's really up to you. Here it is, pattern paper and a solid. So different ways that you can do this. You can use the full cutout, or we've seen some of the options where the designer is just using half of it. So lots of options. Got to think out of the box on this one and different ways you can use it. Let me show you my card samples here. Get my cards out of the way. Getting quite messy over here. One, and let's see. I've got my samples. I have a few here. Let me show you what I have. And then we'll die cut this a couple times. This will be a little quicker version compared to the first item that we looked at. Oops, can't see much there, right? This is a slim line, so it really takes up a lot of the screen. Look at that. Fun, fun, fun. I don't think they use the full doily, but it really adds to that card. So on a slim line, on an A2, look at this one. Wow, that's neat. So they've used it as a table covering at a picnic. Fun. Here on a thank you card. Thank you card. Look, you can add your own little extra hearts in there using some different colors. That would take you a little bit of time, but it looks really nice. Here's another great one with some mix of colors. We got a teal and maybe marigold and grape, it looks like, being used on there. And then one more, happy birthday, but first coffee. And you can kind of see it there in the background. Not quite featured as much, but it really looks nice under those images. All right, we are going to go ahead and die cut this one real quick. And again, I'm going to try to do it both ways, with adhesive and without. Now, I did not do this yesterday, this part, so I'm not sure what will happen, but let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot while we're here and see what happens. So thinking of the month of May, when you think of the month of May, is there something, whoops, that did not work, something special about the month of May that you like? Maybe is there something you celebrate every year in May? Maybe there's a memory. Is there something about the month of May that you like? Maybe you're in the part of the country where you got out of school in May. Now here in Southern California, we didn't usually get out of school until June, but maybe where you lived, your last day of school was in May. So that would have been something to celebrate. Maybe there's a special birthday, family member. Maybe you have a birthday or an anniversary, or maybe there was a wedding. Is there something special that you like about the month of May? So I'm going to go ahead and use this again since I have it handy. And on one section, we're going to go ahead and add the adhesive. And on one section, we will not. Do you have something special that you like about the month of May? I can't believe we are already in May. That's pretty crazy to think how fast time is going. We are a third of the way through the year. You know, this is episode number 70 of Take Two Tuesday. I keep wondering if I'll make it to 100. I think 100 would be like December or January. I'm having a pretty good time doing it. I hope you guys are having a good time watching. So I got to peel this, and I'll do that there. But we're going to try our best to get to at least episode 100. And I'm going to add that on there. We'll put that. So remember when we use the adhesive sheet, we just kind of add it to the back, and it's just going to kind of make our cardstock into a sticker. So we've got that. And my die set, I've got these 2 dies. Did I have a background from yesterday? I think I do. So let me show you this. So I have a background cut out from yesterday. I did do a backing layer, and it's just white. And we're going to use this kind of cranberry. It's a little bit darker than our cranberry. I'm not sure. This is not a Stamps of Life color, but some scratch paper that I have around here. Yeah, that should pop out of there. Why are you not coming out? Why are you not coming out? Is there some tape sticking on there? There we go. So I already did the background. That's the shadow. It could be any color you want. I have white today, but you could use any color you want. And let's run this through. We're going to do the section with no adhesive first and see how it comes out. Now it should, yeah, it has blades on there, so it should cut it all the way through. So let's do that. And, oh, what happened there? Where is my other cutting pad? Is it underneath? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I only have one cutting pad because my other cutting pad's on the floor. It's on the floor. Doing that last card, there was a lot going on, so I just kept trying to clear everything off the work area so I wouldn't keep getting things goofed up. All right, there we have our... Let's see what happens with this one. We're just comparing on this part to see how it turns out with adhesive or without. So this is the without option. And so there it is. We're going to get our tool out and see if we can pop that out of there. Oops. So all these little hearts would come out. And you could add in hearts. The center comes out, so you have the option to add in different colors in there if you like. That's just totally your option, but the center pops out of this, and let's get that out of there. So you can see that most of the chads come out of there pretty easy. So this is what, again, the option without adhesive. Okay, now I can see, now you see all these little dots here. There's a lot that did not pop out. So this was without the adhesive, okay, without the adhesive. So there are a lot of dots there. And then you would want to apply adhesive on there. The hearts are all popping out. You could take your, this is a brush, a die brush, I think they call it, and rolling die brush. It would get most of these out of there. But I do remember yesterday when I did this, I always had to get the little pokey tool too. So that is our first option. And then if I had that base, I could just layer it on there. And that looks pretty good. Add your adhesive. You get a different color in there. Maybe you wanted to add a yellow or a pattern paper. You could layer it. You could have made this one a pattern or vice versa, this pattern. And so there's lots of different options. So that's without the adhesive. And you still have a lot, mostly it's just the little dots that are hanging in there. You can see like how this one is out here on the edge, but these ones you are going to have to go all, if you want it to all look the same, you're going to have to go back and poke those through. Then you have the extra centers that you could use if you have a different color or you want to run another color through and mix and match. So that's one option. Now let's do it with the adhesive. Usually it's a little better to use adhesive on the more intricate dies, but we're just testing and seeing how this one turns out here today. I'm not sure if it will be a great benefit to us or not, but we're taking a look. Now, where does anybody see my die? My doily die. Doily die, where did you go? Where did you go? How could it disappear like that? Does anybody see the doily die on my desk here? Is it under here? No. Is it under here? No. How can it disappear like that? No, 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 no. Is it under my, oh, did you guys know it was under there? It's right there. It's hiding under there. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that? Did anybody see that hiding under there? See? Ta-da! That was tricky. How it got under there? Obviously, I put it there, but I have no idea how it actually got there. I don't know if that ever happens to you, but that's what happens here on Take Two Tuesday. Things just go missing, and there's nobody to blame but myself. Sad, 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 sad. All right, let's give it a shot here, and we're going to run this through, get that out of the way. We don't need that thing there. And so this is the option with the adhesive sheet attached, making our doily die kind of like a sticker. We'll see if that is a benefit or if we would have been just as well without it. Let's see. Okay, so it's really stuck on there, and it cuts out, and it popped out of the die. So you can see the adhesive is on there. And let's see what happens when we peel this off. Let's see what happens. So I know a lot of the time on intricate dies, we want to use the adhesive, and we're just running a test here to see if that pays off for us. With the adhesive on the back, it should make it sticky. So we're going to go ahead and pull that up. Yeah, it looks like it's really getting all those little extra dies, those little extra Chad pieces, most of them off for us. So let's see how we're doing. Oh, I see some of them are staying in there, so not as many as I thought. So it is nice and sticky now, but I do still see that there are some of those dots up there in the center or on the edges that I was hoping it would get rid of these so we wouldn't have to go back. But remember these ones that were staying there on the, so it's about 50-50. I see this side, a lot of these are gone already, so that's good. Get that out of the way. I want to look at one of these card samples again. Where did they all go? Where did my card samples go? Nope, 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 not there. Let's see, what did I do with those? They over there? Nope, 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 nope. Where did my card samples go that I just looked at for this one? Did I put them down there? Nope. Even my card samples are missing. This is crazy. This is crazy. What did I do with my card samples? Oh, they're way over here. Gosh, I'm moving stuff all over the place. And I just wanted to compare it with this one so you can see how they've layered. Yeah, the big dots are all on there. Good, 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 good. Different colors and image on the inside. So if I wanted to add it, this already has the adhesive on here. Now see, I don't have to apply the adhesive because it's a sticker. And that does look nice. Well, now yesterday I was working with it a little bit longer, and I did add a little bit of extra layer. So yesterday, this was what I had come up with. So I had a different color here in the center, the white, and this color that we had just used. So different options. You can add a color in here. You could put a sentiment if you wanted. I like the look of this. I could stamp right there. Or maybe not necessarily this type of pattern paper, but we could also use a pattern paper on the inside. So this is what I came up with yesterday. Today, we're just going basically with 2 colors. But give you an idea, I think it did, the adhesive was nice in that it took out a lot of the extras up there, but it was already ready to go. We didn't have to add, but see, I can still see that there are a couple spots where it did not get them. So let's go ahead and, so you can see how it's white here, right here, but it missed that one. So you'd have to double check to make sure it got them all. Just a little extra that you'll have to watch for. Again, this is just a super, super intricate die, but it cuts real easy. You saw it one time through the machine, works great. Either way, I think you're going to be happy using the adhesive or not. It's up to you, up to you. Now, I do think I have a couple of fun facts. How are we doing on time here? Wow, this is going really long today. Really long. Let's see. Do we want to do fun facts? I have some May fun facts. Oh, let's go ahead and look at a couple of them. Let's look at a couple of them. And then we'll do our good news segment. We'll wrap it up. Sorry, I'm going a little long today. Our game lasted a little bit longer, and then of course, that first die took a while as well. So that was we're going a little long today. We are going a little long. So some of these, I know we had already seen we've already come across these questions when we were doing our, is that going to work? Some of these May fun facts we'll probably skip, but some we'll look at. All right, am I up there? There I am. So we did the Roman goddesses May. I don't know how to say that. No, we don't want to subscribe to these people. May was not always the 5th month of the year. January. So in the Roman calendar, May was originally the 3rd month of the year. How about that? That's an interesting fact. And then they put January and February before, and that made it second. The birthstones we got right. Oh, there's 2 different birthstones. Most of it is emerald. And then also chrysoprase. I don't know that one. They're both green shaded. Birth flower, we got that right. Lily of the valley. A full moon. So here's something different. A full moon. This is our fun facts here. In May is called the flower moon. Flower moon. Interesting. I've never heard of that. We got the 4th. May is May Day. A lot of these we did already. There is a May Queen. But the May Queen is a symbolic figure who is often associated with the celebration of May Day, typically a young woman, crowned with a wreath of flowers. Victory Day, I heard about this one in World War II when the Germans were surrendered. They call it VE Day. If you're in Europe, it's on May 8th. That's an important day. The grandest horse, this just happened on Saturday. Did anybody watch this horse race? The grandest horse race takes place in May. You guys know the name of that horse race that just happened a couple days ago? This is not a quiz, but this is a fun fact. But I know it, but I want to see if any of you know it. What was the race they just ran 2 days ago? 2 days ago, does anybody know what that was called? Kentucky Derby. Who got that? Nancy. Yes, Kentucky Derby. Kentucky Derby. Looked like it was a close race. The Indianapolis 500, what kind of race is that? Race cars. Indianapolis 500 is held in May. This is a good one. Americans spend over $600 million on beer for Cinco de Mayo in May. But did you know, this is funny. This is the funny part about this fun fact. In the United States, Cinco de Mayo is a really big deal. But if you're in Mexico, they don't even celebrate it or anything. It's not a big deal. Somebody did some marketing gimmick to get us to all eat Mexican food and guacamole and buy beer on Cinco de Mayo. It's a good trick. May is National Barbecue Month. There you go. If you like barbecue, this is your month. And May is also National Hamburger Month. So when it's time to barbecue, you got to cook some hamburgers with it. Wow, there's a lot going on in May. May is also National Bike Month. So if you're a biker, this is your chance to get out and bike. Get some good weather, maybe not too hot, maybe miss on rainy. May is also National Pet Month. Hey, that looks like the corgi that's in our family, Lemon, except our corgi is she's got that face, but she's about twice that size. Our corgi is like a little blimp. I guess that would be the best way to describe it. You see that corgi? Our corgi is about 2 of those put together. Overeating. May is believed to be the worst month to get married. Uh-oh. There is an old adage that goes, marry in May and you'll rue the day. Have any of you heard of that saying? Getting married in May brings bad luck. Is that true? Has anybody ever heard of that? Is that true? May is also a popular month still for weddings. May is the month of many holidays. Yeah, we talked about those. May is the month when you can milk cows up to 3 times a day. Wow. Do any of you guys own a cow? Do we have anybody out there on a farm or anything like that? My grandfather used to have some cows back in Missouri. He didn't have milk cows, though. They were beef cows. I think we're almost done here. That's it. That's it. The grand finale was milking cows 3 times a day. Oh, good. Kellyanne was married in May, and she doesn't rue the day. That's good. I hope your marriage is awesome, Kellyanne. Don't believe it just because it says it on the internet, right? Not everything is true on the internet. And K Motto, too. Awesome. I'm sure you guys have awesome marriages, so keep it up. All right, let's get to our good news segment. Let me fix that. I hope you are sticking around with me. Again, if you have a Bible, open up to Proverbs 18. We'll have a short devotional here, and we will wrap things up. If I can get rid of that. Let's see, switch back over to me. I'm going to use my iPad today, and we have a few good verses. We are looking at, this is kind of good and practical. So as we're starting this, did you know, let's see if I can get that, find that. Is that going to work? Yeah, I even have a little one up there. Take Two Tuesday. This is our good news segment. Did you know that the average person says, I can't believe this, 16,000 words per day. 16,000 words per day spoken by the average person. Now, we're not trying to be sexist or anything like that, but I bet on average, just average, the women might be a little above 16,000 and the men might be a little below. It's just probably how it is, right? When I come on this show and do the show with you guys, this is like the most I talk. So just so you know. But we are looking at Proverbs chapter 12, and it's talking about words, 16,000 words. So that is a lot. That is a lot. And we have the option with these words to do really good, or we can kind of mess things up. So here is our verse. Let's see what our verse is today. Proverbs 12, verse 18. Here we go. So there is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. So there is one who speaks like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise promotes health. That is Proverbs 12, verse 18. So with 16,000 words in a day, we have the option. Do we want to be like a person who our words are piercing and cutting and hurt? Or do we want to be the kind of person who promotes health? It says right here, you're a wise person if you're the person who promotes health. Now, we had our story event here this last Saturday, and we had a lot of nice people come in to share time with us, and we had the chance, which was great. After we were kind of busy in the earlier part, we had some time where we just got to hang out together. And, there were a lot of really nice people that came to visit us that day. And they shared a lot of encouraging words with both Stephanie and I that were really, really kind. And so they were choosing to share the kind of words that bless people, other people, encourage them, the healthy kind of words that we're talking about. They were promoting health with their words. But now, my experience in like when we would go traveling to a show, or even some days here at the store, there could always be that one person who was not happy with us, and they might let us know. And fortunately, this last weekend, we didn't have anybody like that. So everybody was positive, upbeat. We were just talking and laughing. And so we were really built up that day, both Stephanie and myself. But have you ever had that experience where people tell you really nice, kind, good things, and it makes you feel good? But then there's that one person who shares something with you that really kind of bums you out, and it maybe really hurts your feelings or makes you feel bad. And you know how those things kind of stick with you? That's the bad thing about that. When our words, when they don't build up people, when they pierce, when they cut, when they cause damage, they really hurt people. Now, I found these facts that it says when I was researching this, and I thought it was even higher, but it takes on average, if there's a negative comment, it takes anywhere from 3 to 7 positive comments to outweigh just one negative. So when that one negative comes into our life, it really, we really get stuck with it for a while. And it takes a lot of positive to overcome that. So think about that. Each time we say something to somebody in a negative way, we got to really come back with a lot of positive stuff to outweigh it. Otherwise, we're going to be really bringing them down. So I thought that was interesting. I thought it was even higher than that, but the numbers on the average I saw were between like 3 to 7 times. We need to say something positive to encourage somebody else. So our words are very powerful, and they can impact others in a good way or a bad way. Let me show you a couple of these extra verses that I found, okay? Extra verses that I found. This one is from... do I not have that one? I'm missing one of my verses. Let me see if, no, it's not that one. Oh, I missed one verse. So the first verse I found was from Proverbs 18, verse 21. It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. So you see how words, the tongue speaks words that are associated with death or life. So either tearing down or building up. And then I do have this one. I don't know how I lost that one. Somehow, obviously an error again on my part. In Ephesians, now in the New Testament, Paul wrote, let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth, but what is good for necessary edification, that it may impart grace to the hearer. So in the previous verse, we heard about death or life, like big serious things. And I was thinking really about the death part. Our words can do that. But here it says, now let no corrupt word proceed out of your mouth. What is good for necessary edification. Edification means to build somebody up, that it may impart grace. So are my words bringing grace to other people? Interesting. So since our words are pretty powerful and impactful, let me switch this off again here real quick. It's important that we're careful with them. And so then the brother of Jesus in the New Testament, his name is James. If you were to open up the New Testament of your Bible and you get almost back to Revelation, you would find the book of James. And he gives us this warning that's talking about the tongue, about speech, about our words. And let me share that with you on here. So this is James chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. And the whole chapter is really good. There's much more than this, but I just kind of picked out this one section. So we're trying to control our words and what our mouths speak, knowing that, it can be good or bad. We have to be careful. But no man can tame the tongue. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Here's why. With it we bless our God and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in the similitude of God. So man is made in the image of God. We should be treating other people the same way we treat God. Here, James is saying, hey, we bless people, we bless God, but we curse people. That's out of the same mouth proceed blessing and cursing. My brethren, these things ought not to be so. So we should not be praising God and then turning around and cursing or talking poorly or in a bad way towards people. That's what James is kind of getting to. And then also connected with is how I told you the whole chapter, James 3, almost all of it is talking about words. It says that our words can, it says the words that we speak can cause a lot of problems. It goes on to say it defiles our body. Our words even mess us up somehow. I don't know how exactly that works out, but it says this in the same chapter. It sparks a little fire. So it's like the tongue, the words are a little fire, but it says it burns down the whole forest. So it's really a big warning in James chapter 3 about all the troubles that our words can bring. So again, we're back to, do we want to be people who are promoting building up people, encouraging them, showing grace with our words? Or do we want to be the kind of people who are tearing down and cutting and piercing like a sword? Obviously, we want to choose the latter, right? Or the first that we talked about. We want to be the kind of people who are speaking healthy and encouraging words. And I don't know, I don't think I'd want to do this to myself, but maybe you just want to sometime tape yourself. Maybe you're on a phone call and you don't necessarily want to tape the other person, but tape your words and record them and listen back to them and see how they sound. Some of the time it's the words we actually speak, or maybe it's the tone that we speak them in that can either really build somebody up or really tear them down. It can go either direction. But we have the option. We have the freedom to do good with our words, or at the same time also to cause problems with our words. So it's kind of our responsibility, right? It's our own mind. It's our own mouth. We have somewhat control. It says, James says it's really hard to control it. So what do we do? What do we do next? We should be praying that God would help us to tame our tongues, to get our mouths under control. I'm sure there's been times it's happened to me, like, should I say this or should I not? And then I say it and I'm all, gosh, I wish I could have got those words back. And once the words go out, you can never get them back. And maybe on the other side, there have been times you go, you know what, I really shouldn't say this, and you didn't. And you're probably later really happy that you didn't. I know that's happened to me too. So we've got to be careful about what we say, even the way we say it. And instead of piercing people and hurting them, like if we had a sharp sword, we want to be promoting, we want to be the wise people. We want to be helping other people around us. We want to have healthy relationships with people. We want to cause them to feel well about themselves. We want to encourage them, build them up. This is healthy and it's good for our lives. That there's enough negative stuff, right, already going on in the world. We need some good, encouraging things. And so what ways can we do that? Real simple words, just to tell somebody you love them. Tell somebody that you admire something about them, some way that you think they're special. You can point out something that they've done well. All of these things are nice, kind, easy ways to do something good. And I think God places people in our lives that we would build them up. And I see, like Nancy says, yeah, especially with kids, right? So it especially starts at home. I think if we're doing really well at home, we're going to do even better when we go out into a public setting or in our neighborhood. But it really does start at the home, showing that kindness, that encouragement, that wise words, the healthy words. And I know just for myself, there are things that have stuck with me from the past that maybe somebody had said that have hurt. And we just want to be able to let those things go, right? That would be the easiest way, but they do stick with us. And I think when we say those unkind, piercing kind of words towards others, that can really stick with them too. And we don't want to add that extra burden on them. We don't want to bring people down, right? We want to bring them up. We want to encourage them in the Lord. And so, we just need to be kind with our words. I think that would be the number one rule. So if you want to minister to people, that's an easy way to do it. Sharing kind words. If you want to minister for the Lord and to be used by the Lord, just let it start with the words that you speak. It really is an awesome and easy way to do it. We all speak a lot of words, it says, right? 16,000 words. So let's make them the opportunities we have to share with other people. Let's have good words come out of our lives and impact people. And you know what? As we're doing that, we would be faithfully following Jesus. We would be following his commandment. You know what he told us to do? He said, love your neighbor as yourself. And I know I want people to speak, like I told you this weekend, we had some really kind, encouraging words. It was great. Made me feel good, built me up. And I want to be that kind of person too, who is strengthening and encouraging other people and doing what the Lord has commanded us to do. And so let's be careful with that. A warning from James, from Proverbs, let our words be really good, positive, kind, loving. Keep it simple. You can really impact somebody's life in a great way. And then let's avoid the words that will cut or hurt or bring people down. All right. That is it for today. I hope you guys had a good time. We ran a little bit long, way long. I'm going to wrap it up and get out of here. Sorry it took so long with my die cutting today, but that card did work. And It was a bit challenging, but it did come together. Just slow down, breathe, pay attention, follow those items. We had some fun with the cards. I hope you like the card samples. If you have these items, please, everybody, break them out and use them. We want you to use the items that you have. And the great things are a lot of these things mix and match the older items that you have with the newer. So if you have these, maybe something I showed you sparks a little extra interest and you want to use them now, you can see all the ideas on the website. If you are watching this at a later time, you joined us late, this is recorded. You can go back and watch it again if you'd like. If you just want to find the Bible lesson, good, you can do that. Go out, share some good words. 16,000 words. 16,000 words on average you're going to say in a day. Make them be good ones. Make them count for something good. I'm going to try to do that even better myself. Words that count, and they can count for all of eternity too. You know, if you have some good words today, they can count on for all of eternity. All right, I am going to get back to work. I got computer stuff. I got shipping stuff to do, all kinds of good stuff to do, but I am going to get out of here. Thanks again for joining me on Take Two Tuesday. I had fun with all of you guys. Thanks for helping out with the quiz. I hope you learned something that was interesting, besides that you can milk a cow 3 times a day in May. But that was the grand finale for our fun facts. What did we do? We got an A today on our quiz. Probably next week we'll play some kind of game. And we will be back next Tuesday. Don't forget, Stephanie's Crafting Corner is this Thursday, but it's not regular Crafting Corner. It's HSN Sneak Peek. That will be a lot of fun. All right. That's it. I'm going to take off. Have a wonderful day. God bless all of you. Remember that Jesus does love you, and just walk in the Spirit, serve him, pray, ask God to use you, and maybe, again, just start with the words that you're going to say. Simple, easy way to love your neighbor as yourself. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.